This is for Cree and Jess. What was it like working on Drawn Together?
Ah, it was the tits, man. It was the tits. You know what was amazing about Drawn Together was nothing was sacred.
That's it.
I mean, I just remember, you know, like coming there was like day 2 and opening the page and it was like, there's a glory hole and it says glory, glory, hallelujah, and God is in there, and you're just like, you know, I'm not offended, you know, and I don't know, you know, it's so easy to be offended, and that ain't no joke, especially right now when everything is really fucking offensive because our human rights are at stake. So it is nice to have something where you can just let off a little steam and acknowledge that these things are cliche and caricature for a reason, because we all got a little bit of something in us. I mean, I remember one time, when I was at this fancy hotel, I was a little girl with my grandmama, Lily Mae, and I went to get some watermelon, and she said, "Girl, don't you know that's a private fruit? Because, you know, we don't eat that in mixed company." I was piling it on my plate. She was like, "Girl, that's a private fruit." And that was something that Drawn Together made me feel like, those little moments that...
I played it to private fruit.
But it's just those little moments in life that maybe we share because we're both Italian, or we share because we're both something, but we wouldn't dare share in public. We would just share, you know, airing everybody's ass was out. And yeah, it was the best. And Jess and I got to sing all the time, which was amazing because Jess is an amazing artist and everybody was a singer. And you know, yes, it was offensive as hell, but it was smart too, and it was clever, and it had that thing sometimes that great comedians have where they say something funny as hell and then, you know, you're walking away and the aftertaste is a lesson. It's a little bit of truth.
Yeah.
You know, things are funny when they're true.
I think
And
you should be brought back with the current events going on right
Can you imagine?
Hell yes! Could you imagine never-ending episodes? It could just be called like the Trump series, you know? Yeah.
Well, dude, you know, it's like, for me, I just, like Cree said, I could never believe we do these table reads where you read the script out loud and everybody can hear. And since it was Comedy Central, there'd be all these people there, and half the stuff that I was saying, I'm like, there's no way that's gonna make it into the show. And it all made it into the show, and it was all so messed up and so politically incorrect and wrong. And I remember thinking, we have broken every possible barrier. I'm banging dead girls. I mean, it's like, you know, all this great, and then, and then they call me one day, they go, "Hey, we're gonna make a movie." And I'm like, "Why?" And he goes, "So we can do all the stuff we didn't do on the show." And I'm like, "Oh my God!" You know, and I went to the premiere of that thing and I hid under my chair the whole time because I was just like, this is so unbelievably wrong. It was just crazy wrong. But I'll tell you a funny story, you know. What's really good about I don't even know if you know this story, Cree, but it's good. The first time I showed up for the Drawn Together table read, there's all these people there. And it's good to not be intimidated by people, you know. I've never been intimidated by anybody in my life, which is maybe good, maybe bad. And anyway, there's this little lady, and she's standing there, and she comes over and she goes, "Hi, Jess, how are you?" I go, "Oh, you know, I'm tired. It's like 9 in the morning." And she goes, "Oh," she goes, "Well, can I get you anything?" And I go, "Like what?" She goes, "Like orange juice or something." I said, "You know what? Orange juice and a bagel would be awesome. Thank you," right? So she goes, "Okay." So she goes over and she gives me orange juice and a bagel. So I come in the next week, and I go, "Hey, Debbie," and she goes, "Hi, Jess, orange juice and a bagel." I said, "Yeah, that's great." Right? So the third week, I go in and I sit down at the table and I see her talking to somebody and look in front of me and there's nothing there. And I catch her attention. I go, "Hey, Debbie," and I go, because I was just messing with her, right? So she goes, "Oh yeah, hang on." So she goes and gets me an orange juice and a bagel. And then this guy turns to me and he goes, "Dude, how did you get her to get you orange juice and a bagel?" I go, "That's Debbie. She gets me the bagel every week." They go, "She's the president of the freaking network." It was Debbie Liebling. She's the head of Comedy Central. And every week she was getting me orange juice because I didn't think...
My favorite is Debbie.
Yeah. Debbie. It's not going to suck itself.
It's not going to squeeze itself.
Steve, that's what I mean when I said, I told Steve in the dressing room, we were up there in the green room, and I go, "Dude, every time I do a panel, I say something, and then after I say it, I go, I can't believe I just said that." That was it. That was exactly it.
I was expecting much more.
There'll probably be more later, yeah, if they ask me another thing. But yeah, so Drawn Together totally screwed up, but working with Cree was freaking amazing, as it always is. All right, next question.
Don't you know that bagels are the private pastry?
Private pastry! That's right.
Lox, bagels and lox, yeah. It's private fruit, private pastry.